Yeah. Yes, Mr. Amit, you can take a call.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Amit Kamath, and I'm Vice Chairman of Triple FAI and Office Bearer in charge of the Shipping Line Committee. As is our endeavor to conduct knowledge series and webinars for the benefit of our members, this is one more webinar which we have organized for our members on the subject of electronic bill of lading. At the outset, I would thank Mediterranean Shipping Company, Mr. Anurag Mehta, and Ms. Jerry Guan for their support and cooperation in hosting this webinar. Today's topic is very relevant and in sync with current times, where most of the transactions in the logistics arena are going from the manual mode to the digital mode to save the transaction time and costs. So by in today's webinar, the MSc team and us, we will be introducing the concept of the electronic bill of lading. We will explain to you the advantages of electronic bill of lading over the conventional bill of lading. We will also have a demonstration of the electronic bill of lading platform. And then we could have answer after the presentation, we could take your questions and respond to your queries. So that's the flow of the event. And I hope that this webinar will be fruitful for all participants and we take advantage of it. Having said this, I would now request our chairman, Mr. Shankar Shinde, to give his opening remarks. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Amit Kamath, who is the Vice Chairman of our Triple FA and also the convener, office bearer in charge for the shipping committee. Thanks for organizing this webinar. Thanks to Mr. Anurag Mehtaji for conceptualizing this for the fraternity, because after implementation it becomes difficult to adapting the new processes. So it is better to have awareness in the trade before you implement something. No doubt some of the areas have been started working on the e-bill of lading, but at large to roll out, I think such type of webinars will really help out. Thanks to my office bearers colleague, Mr. A.V. Vijay Kumar ji, immediate past chairman, Mr. Rajesh Verma, Mr. Sudip Da, Mr. Nirav Thakkar, stage contractor, Mr. Rajesh Verma ji, for joining this webinar. The whole concept of e-bill of lading is in sync with Government of India's endeavor to digitalize the whole EXIM trade. We have already seen that most of the shipping lines are now moving towards the e-bill of lading. The earlier concept which was there for the e-bill of lading was not in true spirit of e-bill of lading. It was an electronic bill of lading which was a printable and which we had to print for negotiation purpose. Here we are talking about a complete paperless, seamless process from issuer to the discharge or defacing the bill of lading for the delivery in replacement of delivery order. So the complete process and the concept is different from what our understanding is, that we apply online, get the bill of lading online on the office for printable, and then send a hard copy. So we are looking for the era where there is no visibility or there is no view printable copies of bill of lading and still the transactions are completed. In view of that, we have organized this webinar. The right persons over here, Mr. Anurag Mehta, who has a background from the technical aspects and is well qualified on the shipping terms of this electronic bill of ladings. And we also have the colleague from Wave, Ms. Jerry. Welcome, Ms. Jerry. And we would like to hear you from you. I would request now Mr. Anurag Mehta to kindly introduce the speaker and take it forward. Thank you.
Sorry, is it my turn? I just got
the... Mr. Anurag.
Just I will just set the tone. Thank you very much, Shankar Shindeji. Thank you very much for all the office bearer of Triple FAI for enabling this webinar. Thank you very much, Shankar Shindeji. Thank you very much, Amit Kamatji. And thank you very much, Dushan Mulani ji. Taking this forward, why we have organized this, we would like to share some insights about the electronic bill of lading, which is the most relevant topic today whenever we talk about the shipping transactions. I have with me Jerry Guan from Wave eBL platform, who will be taking the demo forward. But before we do that, let's first understand what exactly is the electronic bill of lading. Well, we all have some kind of misconception about the electronic bill of lading. The first misconception that we all have is switching to electronic bill of lading is highly technical, and a user will be required to change the process. They will have to do away with the current process which they may have with the paper bill of lading. Well, nothing like that. Uh, at MSC, we have joined hands with a leading eBL platform, that is Wave eBL. With Wave, the process of using the eBL or transiting the eBL is very, very simple. It mirrors the process which a user may have with the paper bill of lading. So the platform is quite flexible for the user to follow their own process. So whatever you used to do with the paper bill of lading can also be done with the electronic bill of lading. Electronic bill of lading is not only convenient, but it is much, much faster. It is also very much safer. And of course, it is very much greener because it allows us to save the paper bill of lading. With electronic bill of lading, there are many, many advantages. Like, of course, we spoke about the convenience part. Uh, the speed of the eBL transfer is the main advantage when we talk about electronic bill of lading. As per one of the study, it takes almost about 7 days to 14 days to complete a BL transaction chain when you are dealing with the paper BL. As compared to that, if we talk about electronic bill of lading, it takes not more than 8 minutes to complete one set of transaction or from one party to another party. So even if you have 10 transactions of a VL in one chain, it will not take more than 80 minutes, technically speaking. But of course, keeping in mind, not everybody will be available on the platform at the same time. To be on safer side, we can always say that in case of electronic bill of lading, you can complete the entire cycle in one single day. There have been examples wherein involving banks, and for LC-based shipment, the complete EBL transaction has taken place in maximum 1.5 days. So it is proven that electronic bill of lading is much, much faster, irrespective of the number of transacting parties involved. Secondly, I would also like to inform all the participants today that electronic bill of lading is no longer a new concept. It's a concept which has very well been adopted by the market. It's a concept which is there, available in the market for more than 2-3 years now. And it's a concept which has been very well proven for its safety, for its transaction speed, and for its convenience. So please do not have this impression that electronic bill of lading as a solution has not been proven in the market. It's a well-established solution available to your disposal in the market. Uh, as I have mentioned, we at MSC, we have tied up with Wave eBL platform for their convenience, for their speed, and for their ease of accessing the platform and transiting the eBL. So today we would be taking you through a demo of the Wave BA platform, as well as we will have a small presentation from Ms. Jerry Quinn of Wave eBL. With this, I will not take much of your time, and I would like to hand over the podium to Jerry to take the proceedings forward. Jerry?
Hello, everyone. Let me just share my screen. Let me know when you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you able to see it?
it's visible.
Okay. Okay, good. So good day, everyone. Thank you for taking the time off your busy schedule today to attend the webinar, and thanks Triple F AI and MSC for hosting this. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jerry. I'm the WaveBL Asia Pacific Sales Director. I have joined WaveBL this March. Before that, I have 28 years with Maersk Group, and the last 3 years was with TradeLens. It's my great pleasure to speak on this webinar to share some of my understanding on eBL with you all. I have my colleague Sunny here as well to assist with some of the questions. So let's be very interactive and feel free to drop your questions in the chat box, and we'll also have the time for Q&A at the end. So for the last 3 years, we have has been unprecedented in many ways. Carriers have made unprecedented profits, so have many forwarders, despite all the disruptions and challenges. However, the good days are gone and won't come back anytime soon. The market is back to the normal cycle now, and people are back to the cargo searching mode. Forwarding is a competitive business. I think you all agree with that. So there are people started thinking that they can hold their money tight and stay low key when the tide is low. And there are also many others who are actively reviewing the cost and efficiency and start building the digital capabilities to get ahead of their competitions. So regarding the challenge of, let me maybe hide this. Yeah. Regarding the challenge around the paper bill of lading, I believe you have a better say than myself. I suppose all of you have come across cases where documents have costed demurrage and detention at destination because of the delay of the papers. Have you had bad experiences like a loss of original bill of lading or cargo being released without original bill of lading at destination? If not, then let me congratulate you. You are either too young or super lucky. And the 3 years of the pandemic have changed many things. People are trying to shift from original bill of lading to alternatives, such as CV bill and telex release whenever possible. So they use telex release to save time and courier. And they have to live with the extra handlings, the letter of indemnities, and the charge for telex release. Yeah. Some forwarders are using CV bills with their overseas agents, which is, fast and cheap, no cost. Is arguable workaround. The moment the document is changed to CV bill in carrier system, literally the shipper lost control of the cargo. So the risk might be very manageable in good times. However, in the deteriorated trading environment and the unstable geopolitical situation, are we really ready to take the accelerating risk of bankruptcies and cargo abandonment? I think I missed one slide. Yeah, but I can speak to that. On the other hand, the carriers are calling for changes. 3 months ago, the 9 ocean carrier members of the Digital Container Shipping Associations, which is DCSA, has jointly announced their commitment to convert 50% of original bill of lading to digital bill of lading in 5 years, which is 2027, and to 100% adoption by 2030. So carriers are the issuers of the electronic bill of lading. And their commitment, their drive, and their choice are critical to make the change happen. And they are doing so because they want to reduce the paper handling, the physical touch of the papers, and have better business continuity when it comes to the pandemic situation. They want to save the security paper cost and fulfill their environmental responsibilities. And most importantly, they want to reduce the fraudulent cases and avoid the claims. So if you are an NVOCC, I encourage you also follow the trend of the eBL, and it may potentially become part of your digital agenda in the near future to drive your e-house bill of lading adoption. So while what's wrong with my slides? Sorry, let me. I think I missed some of the slides here. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, so while the travel of the paper BL may take days, as Anurag rightfully pointed out, the digital courier can fulfill the online transfer of electronic bill of lading and title of goods within minutes rather than days. So a Wave BL takes within 8 minutes, 3 to 8 minutes to transfer your documents as well as the title. So it overcomes the time and distance, which may set the document flow free. So do it the original way you want to send your documents, because the time and distance is no longer an issue. All the time, efforts, cost, and risk around the traditional paper process and workarounds can now be largely reduced with a digital solution. In order for the carriers to deliver their eBL targets, they need to partner with trustworthy and neutral solution providers. So Wave BL is one of the eBL solution providers in the market. So today I will be sharing you how the Wave BL works. And that gives you a pretty good indication of generally how the eBLs work. Wave is a blockchain-based digital courier platform. When I say digital courier platform, it means it replaces a traditional courier. It handles the paper movements in a digital way. Yeah. It is trusted by the 4 of the top 10 global carriers, and we are registered in US, headquartered in Israel, and dedicated on online transfer of electronic bill of lading and the trade documents. Yeah. Neutrality is critical for platforms. So Wave BL is by now supported by MSC, Zimline, ONE, and Hapag-Lloyd to provide the eBL solution to their customers. So besides the carriers, our primary customers are forwarders, NVOs, and BCOs. We have issued 150,000 bill of lading in 2022, which is like 18% quarter-on-quarter growth, and made us the absolute leader among the eBL solution providers. The momentum has really continued in 2023. So we are as well also in discussion with several other carriers to expand our network. Our solution can support many business scenarios. So what we listed here, we have straight BL, where you have shipper consignee, the easiest one. We have telex release, which means that you literally don't need to do telex release. And you can just do the e-bill of lading to replace that workaround process. And we can handle amendment very well. I can show you quickly, the options to do amendment in our application. Yeah. We can also handle to order, endorsement, named endorsement, and blank endorsement. Yeah, we can all handle that. Also, when it comes to the trade finance related scenarios like a letter of credit, like document collections where banks are involved in the original bill of ladings transactions, we are also ready for that. But then from the left-hand side, you see the easier ones where there are less parties involved. And to the right-hand side, you have more parties, the banks, the two banks often, and then the complexity is increasing. So we always encourage people to start with the easier scenarios, like straight BL, which you currently send through courier, or you can convert from telex release, convert the print at destinations. Yeah, and if you're using CV bills but bearing the risk of losing cargo control or release without original, paper BL, then the eBL can also be your great options. Yeah. So what is the benefit of electronic bill of lading? A quick summary would be faster, easier, cheaper, and safer. Yeah, faster. The instant transfer of eBL and trade documents are especially friendly for the inland customers, short sea trade lanes. It is also a great tool for home office and for better business continuities. This was greatly proved already in the past 3 years of pandemic, and India has been one of the pioneer countries for eBL adoption. Yeah, so I hope the eBL concept is already known by some of you. Yeah, when we say easier, according to the feedback of our forwarder customers, they have cut the labor tasks on paper handling by 50% to 2/3. Yeah, so that's really very great input from our forwarder customers. Cheaper, what does that mean? Well, eBL isn't a free service. You will pay a eBL fee, of course, which will be replacing the courier fees, the telex release fees, print at destination fees. But it will help you to avoid the demurrage and detention costs at destination as well, because you no longer worry about these document delays. Safer means ease of mind. You don't have to worry about fraud BL, loss of BL, or release without OBL. The ease of mind is not only yours, but also your customers. This gives you better control of your cargo. The eBL can only be processed by one party at a time, be possessed by one party at a time. So you can wait for the last minute to receive the money, and then you can transfer the BL to your customer or your destination agent. The eBL does not only give you the additional tools to delight your customers, it also helps you to relieve your employees from the endless exceptional handlings and allow you to redirect your focus to business growth. Yeah. So what does it take to get things started? Yeah, we don't have to worry about technical handicaps. I think Anurag has pointed out, technical is not an issue. Yeah, there's literally no technical requirement to participate in the eBL transaction. If you are a regular forwarder or NVO, you can use our SaaS platform application to perform everything. Yeah, which is also super user-friendly. I'll be showing you that in a minute. Yeah, if you are big forwarders, you have multiple branches, international setup, and you have your centralized system, and then you may also choose to do API integration. In that way, you can perform your eBL task in your own system, and that will give you even the chance to more streamlined process and better user experience. But while the technical is not the issue, we do need to stay open-minded and visionary to embrace the change. So even if we know the trend is coming, the change never comes automatically. The carriers are pushing the agenda on electronic master bill of lading, and we need the forwarders to follow the same direction. So now that we spent an hour today to understand the eBL, I would like to take one step further to register on msc.com or any of the ONE, Hapag-Lloyd, Zim website to become the eBL customers. Start with Master BL, experience the product and flow, and to realize the benefits. Yeah. You can always start with those scenarios where give you the real benefits or will help you to save some of the risks. Yeah. If you are NVO, you will be the carrier on your house bill. Yeah. So you will be on the driver's seat on deciding whether you want to go electronic house bill as well in the near future. So the master BL experience really counts and helpful in making that decision when it comes. Yeah. So this is my introduction. I will also do a demo which will give you more visualized understanding on it. And I would like to do it before we handle the questions, because I suppose that many of the questions will be explained or answered already in my demo. Yeah. So I will quickly move to the demo. Are you able to see it?
Yes, we can see it. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Yeah. How can I hide this? Yeah. Okay, good. So this is Wave, the landing page when you get into the application. What you see is your own role, your company name, your logo, and then we have 3 modules here. The first one is envelope and network, and then knowledge base. Yeah, so it's very simple. Envelope is what you see on the right-hand side. Is like a mailbox. Yeah, it's very simple. You can see it looks familiar because it just works like the mailbox. We are a digital courier. So what does it mean by digital courier? Means that you are receiving an envelope. Yeah, we're mirroring the offline process and make it online. So you are sending your envelope to your consignee, then here you actually are sending the electronic envelope to your consignee. Yeah, so in the envelope, you have inbox, you have your sending box, send box, draft box, archived box. Yeah, so I'm now the shipper. Yeah, so I'm now the shipper. I am going to do my tasks. I received in my inbox some envelopes. Yeah, some of these are received from carrier. Some of these are received from my booking agent. Yeah, if I just filter issuers MSC. Yeah, so these are the ones are all related to a MSC bill of lading. And I take the box under my possession. These are the ones are still under my possession. Under my possession means I'm the holder. I'm the BL title holder. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my envelope. So here is my envelope. It has the document in a PDF format, and it says that I'm the possessor, I'm the shipper. Yeah. So I will open up the envelope. It tells me that if I open it, it will be a copy. Yeah. And then this is a dummy bill of lading, but this shows you how the eBL looks like. It's basically a traditional bill of lading with the back end as well. But then the difference is it says original electronically issued, not valid on paper. It means that the original documents is only valid when it is transferred on the application, on our Wave network. Yeah, when you print it out, when you forward it to the email, it will always be a copy only. So we used to have like 3 originals, 3 copy, That's the most frequently used pattern, right? Now you can remember that we only have one original, which is online, and we can have as many copy as we wish on the email or print it out. Yeah, so you have the choice to save it and to print it here. Yeah, so then I've looked at that. I come back to my envelope. I find this it is okay. Then I can send possession to my consignee. Or in any case, I find there's an amendment needs to be done, I can request amendment here. When I request amendment, it means I'll be sending this document back to the carrier. Then I will need to follow the offline procedure of requesting amendment with the carrier. You need to tell the carrier where you need to amend. That process doesn't change. What change is, instead of sending the bill of lading by courier to the carrier, you do it online. You do it in just a few minutes. Yeah, but then of course, if I find it's okay, then I just send the possession to the consignee. It means that I'm sending my original documents to my consignee. By clicking that, I'm adding this original bill of eBL to an envelope. And then this is a bill of lading number. This is the recipient. I'm now sending it to my consignee. Yeah, my consignee is called consignee BBB. It appears in my drop-down list. Because I have exchanged my business card with them. I will explain that part later. So it appears on my drop-down list. I pick it here. So here is the original bill of lading. I'm now the possessor, and I'm sending the possession to my consignee. And that's it. You can press send button, and then it will be gone. So that's how it works. Very simple steps. You are already sending that documents to your consignee. Yeah. So now we can see it appears in this sending box. We said that it takes a few minutes to send the documents over. So now it is on the way. So it's in my sending box. When it's sent successfully, I reach the consignee, it will be appearing in this sent box. Yeah. So this is how the sending transfer your possession works. Yeah. So now if I go to how do I I need to hide this. How do I a video panel in this? Hide floating meeting control. Yeah. Okay, good. Now I go to consignee's application. I'm now the consignee. What I'm supposed to do is that I have received the bill of lading from my shipper, and these are the ones under my possession. I need to surrender it to the carrier before I can request for delivery order. Yeah, so I will check. This is my inbox. I have one unprocessed bill of lading, and it says that I'm the possessor, I'm the consignee. Yeah, and I will open it and check it, and if it is okay, then I will do the surrender. So when we do surrender, we click this authorize surrender. Yeah, but if in case that I need to request amendment, I find something wrong, I will have to send it back to the shipper. I don't have to send courier and takes another few days. I will just do it here, and in a few minutes it's back to the shipper. Shipper send it back to the carrier, and then they get a new set of envelope eBL issued, and then you can have that transferred from shipper to you. So all that takes just minutes every time. Yeah, and that's a lot of time saving versus versus then you really send the paper document through courier. Yeah. So here I'm ready to authorize my surrender to the carrier. So I again click that, I add it to my new envelope. Here I'm sending this to MSC. MSC is super easy. There's only globally one MSC here. And then I have the documents and I'll just send. So by doing this, I have surrendered my eBL to the carriers, and then carrier will come back and confirm they have received. So just like this, you will receive a confirmation, surrender accomplished, and they will give you back a copy of the bill of lading. Yeah. So here you know that, oh, the carrier has received and they have confirmed back, and this close the loop of the bill of lading from issuance to transfer and then to surrender and then to get confirmed. Yeah, of course, you can also use some of the other functionalities. You can forward the documents to your import agent, for example, or your trucking companies. If they need this, you can send it to their email. Yeah, and it will always be a copy, because we said that whenever it get printed, it gets forwarded, and it is a email, it is a copy. But that copy is what your destination agent is going to use for the import declaration process. Yeah, so that's how it works in terms of the transfers. And then here we have the network. The network is basically your partners. You need to it's like how the social media works. Before you send documents with anyone, this is serious documents, you want to shake hands and exchange the business unit cards with your partner. So you know who is MSC, who is your consignee on our application, and they will appear, get them in your address book. So it's just like you are sending a courier. You know whom you are sending, and make sure you're sending to the right party, and then you can pick them from your drop-down list when you do the envelope sending. Yeah, we also have the knowledge base. So here, the knowledge base is just a user manual. You can choose whichever subjects you have, and then you can have go pick one subject, and then it will give you the steps, and it will give you the screenshots. Yeah. And besides that, we even have a more simpler solution for the straight BLs. Let me go to my notification here. Yeah. So there's even more simpler solution, which we created for the straight BL scenario. And so this is an email notification I received. Basically, you set up your email notification every time you receive an envelope. Then you have this notification. I have a button to click. It says View eBL. It gives you a chance to generate a new token, because we want this to be absolutely sent to the right people. Then I reopen this. Yeah, it will show you directly the bill of lading. You don't even have to get onto the application. You don't need to log on, and then you can see and view your documents. And then it also gives you the basic choice here. Why this one doesn't work right? Let me take another one. What's wrong with this one? Sorry. Yeah. So it tells you that this is a straight BL, you are the consignee, and it's already paid. and you have two choices. You want to return to the shipper for amendment, or you want to sign and surrender to the carriers. Yeah, so this is when you are consignee. When you are shipper, you have other two choices. You either get it back to the carrier for a request amendment, or you want to transfer it to consignee. So all you need to do is just to click the buttons. Yeah, so I know the forwarders in many cases in your master bill, when you have a house bill and you also work with the carriers on the master bill, then it's always shipper consignee, and the consignee is normally your destination for agency. So in this case, the lightweight functions really will work perfectly for you. It will be super easy for your users. So these are all my introductions and demos, and let's get back to the oops, get back to the meeting. Yeah, oops, where is it? Sorry. Yeah, let me. Yeah, let's get questions come in.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry, for a
Figure
wonderful
this out.
presentation. We will go forward with the questions from the floor or the one which are in the question answer. We have some questions. Is it possible for you to read or Anurag to read and then answer, and then we can go on with the other floor?
I'm
You
trying
can have
to
a question
figuring
and
this
answer.
out.
I can help you with that.
Yeah, we will only take questions related to the digital platform on the e-bill of lading, and other questions can be ignored.
So I have taken the liberty to answer few of the question in the chat box as you were making the presentation, Jerry. There are still few of the questions which are remaining unanswered, so we can take this question. The first question that we have, which I can see in the chronological order, is what is the difference between EBL and CVBL? Would you like me to answer that, Jerry?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, please.
Okay. So CVBL is being exchanged on the email. CVBL unfortunately has no control mechanism. Uh, it can happen that the forwarder or the shipper is holding the CVBL at the origin, and the cargo can get released at destination because CVBL does not mandate a physical CVBL copy to be presented at destination for taking the claim of the cargo. So CVBL is usually being used only between the same companies but different country offices due to the security and the control reason. Whereas an EBL replicates an original BL but in the electronic format, and here we are talking about on the wave platform. So EBL has got the control of an original BL as well as the speed and the convenience of a C-wave BL. It's completely safe. Whosoever holds the EBL holds the title of the goods, and the cargo at destination cannot be released unless the EBL is being transferred to the consignee on the wave platform. This is the difference between EBL and CABL. I hope I have answered that question.
Yeah, Anurag, what I meant to say, I think so from that question, whether the e-bill of lading is one part which requires to be transmitted to the system for the consignee or for the destination agents to have the visibility of e-bill of lading. Just by mere releasing the e-bill of lading, which does not have the cognizance of endorsing or transferring or processing, does it get a direct visibility by the consignee to release the cargo? I think so. That is one part we can see.
Yes, I think it's a very good point that you have raised, sir. Thank you very much. I think this point comes to the mind of many people when we talk about the electronic platform. So EBL does not add any layer of extra visibility. If an EBL is being issued by a shipping line to a forwarder at origin, no other party will come to know what has happened in the wave account of the forwarder or the shipper or the customer, unless that EBL is being transferred by the origin party to the destination party, or between two parties at the origin. In short, the consignee or a destination overseas office counterpart agent will not come to know at what stage EBL is unless the EBL is being transferred to that destination consignee or the agent. So there is no extra layer of visibility. Let's talk about paper wheel. When you have the paper wheel in your hand, the consignee will not know that you have the paper bill in your hand unless you transfer that paper bill of lading through the medium of a courier, and the destination consignee or the agent receives that paper bill in their hand. Similarly, the EBL, if it is there with the origin customer, the destination customer will not have any kind of visibility. Only when the EBL is being transferred on the web platform from the origin customer to the destination customer, only then the customer at destination will come to know that yes, I have a EBL with me, which I can surrender back to the carrier at destination and claim the cover.
No, no, still we are on the same line, Anurag ji. So that means there is no difference left now if it is on the E platform as far as E bill of lading is concerned and C way bill of lading is concerned. In both the case, endorsement and process remains the same.
Sir, in case of CVBL, it is not mandatory that CVBL has to be transferred through the process of endorsement and sent to the consignee, which means that if a CVBL is there, basis the draft copy also, the destination agent or the consignee can claim delivery of the goods. If
Yeah,
a
thanks. So
CV,
that serves the purpose. Yeah, so that answers the question. That was
yeah,
the
so
main
a,
question.
yeah, so a CVBL is a non-negotiable BL. So usually a CVBL is not used for the transaction purposes, and that is why a CVBL, is not a BL with an absolute control, which means that at origin you can hold the CVBL in your hand or in your email, and you have not transferred CVBL to the destination consignee or an agent. Still, this is a draft copy also, a consignee or destination agent can claim the copy.
Thanks. You got it. We can go on next one.
Yeah, so I think the next question is about, would like to know more on house bill of lading should be on Wave. Are there any other platform of some other carrier working with? I, as a forwarder, would be happy with EBL master, but how about house bill of lading? Should I also have to take some type of joining with Wave or some other platform to transfer our house bill of lading? Jerry, would you like to answer this question?
Yeah. This is a great question. I think it's firstly, I think people start to think about this question. You will be the one to decide whom you can work with. So there are players in the markets that offer this kind of solution. Then you can decide whether you want to use Wave or you want to use other solutions. It will be your choice. Yeah.
And also adding to this answer about house bill of lading. So as a carrier, we do not mandate anything from our side that whether your house bill of lading should or should not be on the Wave platform. That is your choice. Does the Wave platform has the capability to integrate house bill of lading also? Yes, they have, but that is not the scope or the issue that we are trying to address. Our main concern that we are trying to address here is about master bill of lading and to convert the master bill of lading into an electronic master bill of lading on the Wave platform. So you are free to decide the mode of house bill of lading as per your choice.
Yeah. It is two parts of the process. It can be separate. You can use one or different service providers to do the master, electronic master or house BL. Yeah. So next question is, what if the eBL is sent to the wrong recipients? It does happen. So this is another great question. The good thing is you have shaked your hands with your partners, and these are the customers you work with. So yes, WaveBL cannot allow you to retrieve what you have sent out because this is blockchain. You cannot rework. So you cannot undo after you send. What you can do is you reach out to your partner, telling them I did the wrong push the wrong button. So can you send it back to me? And that's how it can only be resolved. And we have seen such case happens because it's human handling it. There is human errors as well. But normally, since they are partners, and it can be resolved. Yeah. So
Just
what
to
shall
add,
be the, yeah, sorry.
just to add to this part, EBL can move in both the direction, which means that if a carrier has issued the e-bill of lading to a forwarder or to a customer or a shipper, they are free to surrender it back if required for an amendment. Similarly, if you as a customer has sent the e-bill of lading to your partner or to your customer in the same country and you would like to recall that EBL, you will have to ask the recipient of the EBL to send the BL back. It just works like a paper bill of lading because it is a negotiable document. So you cannot have two copies of a negotiable bill of lading at two places. So if EBL, which is a negotiable instrument, has been transferred on the Wave platform to a recipient, you have to ask the recipient to send it back, and it works absolutely smoothly both ways as well. Jerry, you can take the next question, please.
Yeah. So what shall be the cost of Wave BL? Yeah, as we said that we won't be discussing any commercial terms here. So you can reach out to us through my email. It was on the front page of my presentation. Or you can reach out to the carrier and then come to us for the questions. Yeah. And the next one, I think, Anurag, you can have this.
Is there any amendment charges applicable after issuance of the EBL? Well, there are certain fees for amendment in a regular course, which is applicable irrespective of the BL type. So all the remaining charges, will remain constant or unchanged. So yes, if you are requesting an amendment, there is a fees which will be applicable in case of EBL as well.
But on the Wave side, we actually don't charge double if you have requested amendment. So we charge the one time for the entire transaction from issuance to transfer to amendment and reissue until you surrender it back. We charge only once. What are the charges, please? So again, I think it's a similar question. I appreciate that people are getting interested and cost is absolutely relevant. So we just need to find other ways to communicate this. Shipper, and you can collect OBL from local counter. If actual shipper original bill of lading at origin, then can we collect OBL from local counter after eBL registration?
Yes, you can. I think I will answer this, Jerry. So
Okay.
if you have registered on the Wave platform, it doesn't mean that you have to ask for e-bill of lading necessarily. For every shipment, when you are submitting the shipping instructions, you have a choice to ask for an EBL. Unless you don't ask for an EBL at the shipping instruction stage, you will not be issued an EBL. So there is no absolute compulsion that once you are registered, For every BL, you have to take an e-bill of lading. And you are free to take an original bill of lading also for that particular shipment if you wish so. Um,
Mm.
the next question is,
Yeah.
uh,
So
so I think Jerry, you
when I
can.
send the control of the eBL to shipper, what will be the ID for sending? Yeah, you have your email, you have the envelopes in your inbox, and then you can search by the bill of lading number, which is also unique. So that the bill of lading number can always be your reference number.
I'm sorry, Jerry, if you can explain about the digital identity using the contact cards, that will be appreciable because I think the participant is trying to ask how they will identify their
Ah,
partner, to send the e-bill.
ah, yeah, yeah. So yes, we need to know who we are sending. That's the process before there's a one-off process. Before you start to send documents, you need to find your customers. We have the function to invite your partner, your consignee or your shipper, for example. You can do it on the Wave platform, and then they will receive your invitation and they send you back the code, and then you can verify, oh, is this my partner or not? And after you confirmed, then you have each other's business unit cards. Yeah, this business partner will be part of your address book. So you only need to know which partners you are supposed to send the documents. Then you pick the right business address. So make sure that you are sending to the right party. Yeah. So you have the business unit card. That's the identity to exchange between the parties.
Okay. So the next question is, in case of EBL, if it is considered as original, and yet I have to pay for surrender charges to shipping line, then where is the exporter saving money by getting himself registered at Wave? I think the concept of BL surrender has been misunderstood over here. When we say surrender, we are not just talking about process of shipper surrendering the BL for telex lease. That is the common used word of surrender. Uh, so when we say surrender, what here it means is that consignee, a destination, is surrendering the EBL back to the carrier in order to claim the goods. And in that case of surrender, there is no extra cost, just uh, as it is in case of a paper bill. So when you have sent the paper bill to the consignee will surrender the paper bill of lading back to the carrier. For that, there is no extra cost. Similarly, for EBL, when you are surrendering the EBL back to the carrier at destination, there is no extra cost. Usually, we try to associate the surrender cost to the process of telex release. But here, we're talking about surrendering the EBL by the consignee at destination for claiming the cargo, for there is no extra cost.
Yeah. I think in connection with the next one, for accessing the Wave platform, is it a charged platform or free platform? It is a charged service, but then we charge one party only once for one transaction. Yeah. So if shipper pays, consignee don't have to pay. If consignee pays, then shipper doesn't have to pay. And there's only one party in this entire transaction pay, then is good enough. So I wouldn't say there is a surrender charge. There's no surrender charge. It's just a transaction fee. And a transaction is counted by bill of lading. Yeah. So for example, the normal use case, telex release, the telex release fee is normally paid by shipper, and then it might also be the shipper size cover this eBL transaction fee. If it is a print at destination scenario where it could be consignee pay this charge before, so they get the benefit the most. And then maybe the consignee is taking on this eBL fee. Of course, the savings are from your courier fee, your telex release fee, your print at destination fee, and all the other additional risks that if you send it on paper. Yeah, so those are where when you think about the cost and the benefit, that's how you compare the charges. Exporter needs to their log in Wave. Wave BL is must, or they can process without MSC with MSC. The parties who participate in the eBL transaction needs to be registered on the Wave BL. So shipper, consignee, if you are the booking party, and you all needs to be on the Wave BL. The registration needs to be done by these parties. Yeah, it doesn't change the process where you place booking with carrier, you send the shipping instructions, you do the BL verifications. Those process doesn't change. The eBL process only start when you request the eBL in the shipping instruction stage, and then the eBL is getting issued on the platform. So that's where things get started. And then people needs to be on the platform in order to participate in the transaction, because we said that the eBL is only valid within the platform. Can any of the participants on the Wave platform enforce that Leon on the cargo and stop further processing at any given point of time?
Can I answer that, Jerry?
Yes.
Okay, so eBL is an original BL. It is a negotiable BL. Whosoever holds the original bill of lading in their hands, or in case of eBL on the Wave platform, has title of the goods. So it may not be right to answer this question from the point of view of lien on cargo, but yes, if you are the holder or the possessor of eBL, it is up to you whether at what stage you would like to surrender, or you would like to transfer the eBL to your customer, or to your next partner, or back to the shipping line. It is up to the call of the possessor. So if you do not transfer the eBL before the cargo has arrived, then of course the cargo cannot be released. So the beauty of eBL platform like Wave is that even if you have not transferred the eBL up to the last date when the cargo is arriving, you can still do it, since it takes only 8 minutes to transfer the eBL from one party to another party. So many times it do happen that due to some reason you have received or you have released the eBL late from the shipping line, and in that case, you have the benefit that you can transfer the eBL very, very quickly before the cargo arrives, as compared to a paper document. I hope it answered the question.
eBL have any validity? Just think about the paper BL. If paper BL doesn't have validity, eBL doesn't have validity. Yeah, it's just mirroring the offline, the paper process. In many cases, we don't change the commercial rules. I think I saw a different question on the chat box about this amendment. Can the amendment still be done at the very late stage? Actually, the question is, if you can do the amendment today in that stage, then you can do it. If you cannot do it, it is too late for today, then you cannot do it. We don't change the commercial rules of when and what can be amended. Yeah. The next one, in this case, your eBL file should be password protected. Yeah, I think there might be some misunderstanding here. When I said it looks like an email box, it doesn't mean it is an email box. Yeah, so it is on blockchain. It is like peer-to-peer transmission. The document can only be viewed, received from one party, sent from one party to your partners. Only the two of you can see it. So it is secure and it's not like sending an email where you need to put on a password. And that said, when we forward the copy BL as a to an email, as I just showing you just now, you can forward it to your email. Email of your customer, you can choose to have a password or not. Yeah. If we join Wave again, do we have to join other platforms or some other shipping lines, or Wave can transfer for any shipping lines, whether the line is with or not? I think I understand your questions that we are not going to be monopoly in this market. For example, we have so far 4 carriers choose to work with us. So if you are working with shipping with MSC, Hapag, ONE, and Zim, then you will be working with Wave for eBL. If you work with other carriers and that those carriers have other eBL solutions, you follow their choice. So eventually, in terms of master bill, it is more depends on what the carrier carrier chosen path or chosen partner that you work with those. Yeah, you're right. You won't be working with only one platform because we are not a monopoly. Will it allow a split bill of lading? Yes, if you have a bill of lading, split bill of lading, carrier will issue the split bill of lading. We don't change how the BL is combined or split. We just know that instead of sending it by paper, they will post it on our network. So yeah, it doesn't change the business process. We still handle split bill of lading and the switch bill of lading as well. Yeah. Is there any genuinity checkpoints for eBL? Basically, we are a blockchain-based platform. So the blockchain does the work of verification, of the authentication, of the genuine, of the provenance, and that's the verification that blockchain does. So that's make sure that the title is real, the parties, the provenance is verified. I hope that
Maybe I
answers your
can just
question.
add over here, Jerry. So
Yeah.
also from the point of view of genuinity of your partner, so
Mm.
you will choose to whom you would like the EBL to be transferred. Okay, there is absolutely no rules which are being made by the Wave platform. It is your partner, it is your EBL transaction. So you decide to whom you would like to transfer the EBL. Now, how the partners are being onboarded, Jerry has just explained that if your partner is already on board, you can share your digital identity with each other on the Wave platform, accept each other's digital identity so that both the partners will be able to transfer the EBL among themselves. In common parlance, it is called the digital handshake. But if I have to speak in technology terms, it is an encrypted key which generates the digital identity of a particular customer or a participant, which you have to download in your Wave account, accept it only then you will be able to transfer the eBL to your partner. And this handshake or digital handshake is done only once. So you decide whether you would like to accept your partner as a genuine or a trusted partner or not, and only then you can transfer the eBL. So from that angle, it is completely safe and secure.
Yeah, thanks. Is it possible to share the presentation? Yes, I would love to share that. Is that possible? If possible, then we can share that through the organizer, the Triple F AI. Yeah, I will definitely provide that. I don't expect people to remember everything in just an hour, so it's great. The next one is if some country requires original bill of lading at destination by the customs, and some even requires to show the freight. Yeah, that's right. For some of the countries, they are still requesting original documents, but there are also countries who have changed over the time. Brazil being the good example that they have been very strict previously with original documents, no telex release. And now after the 3 years of pandemic, they actually accept e-bill of lading. And except for Manaus, Manaus is so far still working on it, but other Brazil customs all accept the e-bill of ladings, and you can use the printout of eBL to perform the declaration at destination. Yeah, so you don't have to remember all the countries. Normally, carriers have their acceptance list. If carrier doesn't accept the eBL in those countries, they will not issue it. Yeah, so there will be exceptions. Yeah.
Yeah, and to add, of course, we are not accepting the EBL to the sanctioned countries at the moment, which are hardly few. So majority of the countries are there on EBL. As far as MSC offices are concerned, and we can share you the list. I do not remember the exact count, but the number of countries accepting EBL now is more than 100, and we will ensure to share the list of those countries with you.
The next one for cargo release at destination, BL copy needs to be endorsed by consignee. Will shipping line will release cargo on basis of eBL copy? Anurag, you want to take that?
Yes. So when we say a BL copy, we usually refer to a copy of an original BL. So we take example of the paper BL first. You are holding original BL in your hand and you have sent a copy of the original BL to your consignee. Can the consignee take delivery of the cargo basis the copy of original BL? Answer is no. Similar logic is applicable in case of eBL also. You do have the facility to share a copy of an eBL to your consignee because sometimes you have to show the eBL copy to the consignee because of commercial arrangement. But basis the eBL copy, consignee cannot take delivery of the cargo unless the eBL itself, which is an original BL, is being transferred to the consignee, and consignee transfers the original eBL back to the carrier, the cargo will not be released. Endorsement are being taken care of in the Wave platform also, which means that you can use the endorsement feature as you may be doing in case of paper bill of lading. So in case of eBL, endorsement are 100% possible by all the participant, just as it is possible in case of a paper BL.
I think they might be referring to the delivery order process. Where do you need to chop? Do you need to prove who you are as a consignee? I think my understanding is destination side if it is the EBL, you have already surrendered the EBL to the carriers, then the import cargo release process is more close to a telex release destination cargo delivery process.
Jerry and Anurag, I think so. Like we will have enough of questions to answer, and there'll be our end. I think so. We have given good enough of insight on this web platform, and you can surely share the helplines, or if you have FAQs prepared, which are frequently asked questions. You can display it, or you can also share it on this, or even you can display on your websites and share with us. We will also have it displayed just to have it that some of the things you can look into it. We will surely have an individual discussion also with regard to registration. Instead of going into the multiple carriers registration, whether we can have one common registration with a platform, and then whichever line is operating, we can use that same registration operating all that lines. That will go offline. We can discuss with Anurag and Jerry. I think so. You should look. Another one, the safety and security aspect, which will need to be addressed. And in case of issues, the communication channels has to be clarified. And the most important, like if we have this direct platform registration, then we can have house bill and master bill integration also to the same platform to avoid these multiple platforms also. So I think so. Good amount of question answers. We will surely take this question also in the consider for the FAQ also. And I think so it's good to we can conclude over here with the final remarks if you have anything, and one to one we can have that conversation if anybody has a doubt on this. Is it okay?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
have one question.
Yeah, Rajesh ji.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Anurag sir and Jerry, for a wonderful presentation. I just have one simple question: that in case of when the eBL is being issued, do the shipper has to still to pay to the shipping line for the issue of BL?
Well, the BL fees is of course applicable. The BL fees is not being done away with, to be very honest. Whatever BL fees is applicable in other type of BLs is also applicable over here. So yes, if you're talking about the BL fees which a customer has to pay to the carrier, yes, it is applicable.
That's good. And second, is there any promotional kind of a situation that some free trial is being offered to the new registrants?
Yes, I think Jerry, you can advise about that.
Yeah, we do have like 60 days free time, free trial period for the customer after the first EBL is issued. So that gives customer enough time to try and to bring their partners on to get some good feeling of using.
Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
You're welcome.
So any final remarks you would like to conclude with, Anurag ji? Then other we can conclude the webinar.
Well, we would just like to say that please do try it out. I'm sure it is a very new technology and a very new concept. So for sure, the users will still be having multiple questions in our mind. We are here to ensure that the solution that we are offering to you is 100% safe and secure and also user friendly. And we are very sure about this fact that when you use this kind of eBL, at the end of the day, you will be saving the cost. So I would surely request all the participants to try out at least one set of eBL so that you can have a feel yourself how does the platform works and how does the eBL works. And that will help you to also test out all the features as well as functionalities of the platform. Over to you, Shankar.
Yes, Amit. Go.
Yeah. Friends, we have come to the end of this session. It has been a wonderful session full of knowledge and information. I would, on behalf of our federation, Mr. Shankar Shinde, chairman, and other office bearers, and all my office bearer colleagues, I express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Anurag Mehta, who is the general manager cross sales of Mediterranean Shipping Company, and Ms. Jerry Guan for this wonderful presentation. They have explained in detail in their presentation regarding the challenges of the paper bill of lading, the risk associated with that. They also informed us that about 3 months ago, about 9 major shipping lines have decided to turn 50% digital in the next 5 years to reduce frauds and claims. They have explained to us about the advantages of the electronic bill of lading, which while a physical transfer may take as much as 14 days, the electronic bill of lading can be transmitted within 8 minutes. That these kind of platforms are being now trusted by global carriers, eBL being one of them, is being trusted by 4 top global carriers, that is MSC, OneLine, Hapag-Lloyd, and Zimline. And in the last 1 year, in 2022, about 150,000 bills of lading has been transmitted on this platform. They have also explained us the high level of scenarios regarding electronic bill of lading, the benefits of electronic bill of lading, that is amendment, endorsement, less labor cost on paper handling, which is reduced by 50%. Then that is it cheaper, and that it reduces courier fees, telex release fees, detention and demurrage charges, and the safety modes. They have also demonstrated how to prepare and send up electronic bill of lading by giving a very elaborate demonstration, and also answered to most of the questions which our participants have raised. So I sincerely thank Mr. Anurag Mehta and Ms. Jali Guan for this wonderful presentation. I hope the participants have liked this presentation and are happy with this webinar which we have conducted with support of MSC. Should there be any other queries regarding the same, you can write to us at the Federation and we will take those queries offline and respond to these queries in the quickest time possible. Having said that, I thank all my office bearer colleagues, our chairman, Mr. Shankar Shinde, for their support and cooperation in organizing this webinar. So thank you so much for attending this webinar. We had more than 200 participants for this webinar today, and we will keep conducting such webinars for the benefit of our members. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Yeah.
Thanks to all the participants for joining today. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Bye.